guys, welcome to a little bit of everything. Today I'm going to be doing a recipe that has been going on and on and on through generations in my family, and I thought, why not do it for one of my videos? As many of you don't know, I was born in Texas, Houston, Texas, and my parents are, they originated from El Salvador. So I have family that are from El Salvador, my husband is from Honduras, so it's just one of those things where it's a combination of the family, and through years they have been doing a pollo guisado, which my grandma I loved her cooking, you know. I miss her cooking, honestly. She passed away about 2 years ago, and I mean, we miss her dearly, but she used to do really good pollo guisado. And then my mom did hers. She did hers a little bit different. You know, everybody has a little bit to throw in or kick in a little bit of their spices, you know. So I'm gonna be doing a pollo guisado, but I'm gonna be doing it my way. And I'm gonna be doing a little bit different, so, you know, I think it's an easier way. If you love pollo guisado and you're trying to make your own and don't know how to, I will definitely walk you through the steps, and hopefully you enjoy this video and also enjoy your pollo guisado, so stay tuned.
Alright, first things first. So I've taken out the chicken. I actually have 2 packages of drumstick and 1 package of thighs. And the reason why I'm cooking this much is because it's probably going to be 5 of us eating. So you want to have a little bit, you know, of leftover maybe for the next day or whatnot. But anyhow, if it's just you and your husband or wife or whatever, and you think like you're only going to eat 2 legs, you can do the drumstick package comes with 5. So if it's just you and your husband, you can do just 1 package. But if it's just if it's you and the kids, you can do 2 packages of drumsticks, which is be a total of 10 legs. So in this case, you're gonna need a big bowl. So in this case, you're gonna need a big bowl. Put all the chicken there, fill it up with water, and then I'm gonna rinse it. Take off the skin of the legs and all that little extra fat that you don't want there. Okay, I have taken the skin off the chicken, taken out most of the fat that I could, and then I have filled it up with clean water and put some squeezed some lemons. You can see some of the seeds right there, and just let it sit there until, you know, maybe like 5 minutes or so, or 10 minutes. In the time being, while I'm actually letting this sit here, I'm going to go ahead and start chopping off the veggies that I'm going to put in the guisado. One thing I forgot to mention is that you don't have to use just legs and thighs. You can use a whole chicken and just cut it into pieces so you can do the guisado. So when you're doing guisado, you need a big pot because you want to put in the chicken, you want to put in the vegetables, you want everything to fit here. However, if you're gonna be doing if you're gonna be using a little bit of chicken, you can use a pot that's like halfway the size. But it all depends on how many chicken legs you're gonna be using, or thighs, or if you're gonna be using a whole chicken. But just keep in mind that if you use a whole chicken, you're gonna have to cut it into pieces. Okay, so right now I'm gonna fill this pot halfway with water, maybe a little bit less than half of the pot. And then I'm gonna go ahead and explain what I'm gonna be doing next. Well, okay, so the whole time I've let the chicken sit here with lime, I've cut 1/4 of onions, because this is what I'm gonna put in the pot. In this pot, I filled it up with water, a little bit less than half of what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and use salt and pepper, and I'm gonna use the Knorr, which is caldo con sabor de pollo, which is chicken flavored bouillon, and I'm gonna throw in the onions into the water here. So I'm really not putting a certain measurement because this water I'm gonna have to toss away a little bit after the chicken is done cooking, and then I'm gonna start the guisado. So right now it's just to give the chicken a little bit of flavor while it's cooking, and I'm putting just a little, just some, you know, decent salt and pepper, and I'm just gonna put maybe 2 tablespoons of this chicken bouillon, or maybe 3 tablespoons. I'm just gonna get the cup and like fill this much with it, and again, like I said, I'm gonna toss some of the water out so it won't be too salty afterwards. I'm gonna throw in the onions and set the
set the heat up to like 8 or high, to let it start boiling so we can boil the chicken. And toss this water out, and then rinse my chicken, and then put it in the pot to cook. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken in the pot and let it cook all the way. We're gonna go ahead and let it cook all the way before we start adding all of the vegetables and all the tomato sauce. So just let it cook all the way. So in the time being that we're gonna be cooking the chicken, I am gonna be chopping some veggies. I'm gonna be doing 2 carrots, 1 zucchini, 2 potatoes, half of a red bell pepper, half of green bell pepper, and probably do maybe a 1/4 or half of an onion, and dump it all into the guisado. Okay, so I am checking the chicken. It seems like it is almost done. You can see it's almost done. But you can tell that this is a lot of water too, because once I put the veggies, the water will continue rising, and you don't want a guisado full of too much water. So that's why I was telling you, it doesn't matter if you have put a little bit of more flavor than what you should. This is a time where you can fix. If you feel like it's too salty, this is a time where you can take off some of this broth, chicken broth, and then add more water to neutralize the flavor, and add the rest of the remaining of the seasoning that you need. So that being said, after this is done, I'm gonna go ahead and put the veggies that I've already chopped, and on top of that I'm gonna put cilantro. But I don't have fresh cilantro, so the only thing I have is this one here, which is the cilantro lightly dried. For your tomato salsa, you can add make your own. Actually, you can make your own. You can add tomatoes, onions, and bell peppers and blend them together and put some seasoning, a little bit of seasoning, maybe 1 or 2 teaspoons of this chicken bouillon. I like to use this brand because I've tried different brands and it just takes away the taste of the actual food that you're cooking. And I like this one because it gives you flavor, but it doesn't take away from what it should taste like. So that being said, I'm not making my salsa today. I am gonna use this, salsa that's already made. It's called Ranchera and it's from Ducal or Ducal. I don't know how to pronounce it anyway. But if you feel like you want more, you can add 2 bags of these. This little bag here is 3.74 ounces. So if you feel like you need more, you can add, another one. I'm gonna be adding Slap Yo Mama Cajun seasoning just to get that little spice kick to it. If the broth is already tasty, I might not need some of this chicken bouillon, but if it needs a little bit of flavoring, I can add more of this, and then obviously add a little bit more salt and pepper, and my special ingredient, brown sugar. I know this is weird. I add a little bit of brown sugar just to add the little sweetness to it, but not to the point where it's too sweet. I just add a little bit of sweet so you can have that hidden sweet taste to it. Okay, so the chicken's ready. I have taken out some of the broth. As a matter of fact, you can actually save that broth to use it for something else. It's better than store-bought broth. But in this case, I've taken out the broth. There's some foam that kind of goes up to the top of the broth, and I've taken that out too. And now I'm gonna go ahead and start putting in the veggies. Go ahead and put the veggie in the chicken broth. I'm not gonna put the cilantro just yet. I'm gonna do that once when it's almost done. That being said, in the time frame that you're allowing for this to cook, it'll be a good time for you to start your white rice. I'm gonna make some white rice because with a guisado, you definitely have to have something to eat it with. Okay, so I got the rice here. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse it with water. You always gotta make sure you rinse your rice with water because you just have to. It's nice to just, have it clean.
here. Sprinkle some salt just for flavoring. Okay, so what you're gonna do is fill it up with water all the way till it covers the rice. So you can see here it's covering the rice. So you're gonna go ahead and set the heat. You're gonna go ahead and set the heat to medium, maybe 5 or 6. And then once it starts boiling and the water kind of dries out, we're gonna go ahead and put water again. Okay, so now you see that the rice it's dry. You're gonna go ahead and put more water. This is the last time you're putting water. And until it soaks up a little bit. You're not gonna fill it up all the way as last time, but just this much. Go ahead and lower it to 1. Just gonna let it sit there and just kind of like slow cook the rice. It's been about 10 minutes and the chicken, the guisado is boiling already. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting in the remainder of the ingredients and then let it cook until it's done. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the salsa in here, tomato-based sauce. I'm gonna go ahead and put the slap your mama in there. I would say put maybe just kind of sprinkle to taste. Alright, I've already put the salt and pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of brown sugar, and then I'm gonna mix it and taste it to see if it's good enough for me. Okay, so I went ahead and put in another tablespoon of brown sugar. It's perfect for me. It's not too sweet. You just get the little kick of sweetness in there. And I am gonna add more of slap your mama because I don't think it's spicy enough. So just, you know, while you're doing this, just, you know, kind of like stir it and then taste it. As far as taste, it's good. I'm gonna add a little bit of that chicken bouillon just to get a little bit more flavor in there, and then I think we're good as far as taste. So I'm gonna go ahead and add another tomato salsa bag. The reason why I was questioning to add another tomato salsa bag is because I've never made this much guisado before. I usually just make for my husband and myself, and you know, maybe another friend or family member. But today, you know, since we're 5, I mean, I kind of want to make sure, you know, I mean, it's not too much, and I didn't want to like put it in advance. So I just decided, I'm gonna keep trying it, and I'm gonna taste it, and I feel like I needed to put in another bag. So now you can see it's more red, and it's good for this whole amount of chicken that I have here. So now we're gonna just let it sit here and let it cook for the rest of the time till the potato is ready, because I feel like the potato is still a little bit hard. Once the potato is ready, I can say that, you know, the guisado is actually good to go. The potatoes are not ready yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and start putting in the cilantro just to start, you know, cooking in the flavor in there. You can see the rice is now done. It looks so good, and this will go very well with the guisado.
And here you have it, the final result, chicken guisado. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and hope you enjoy that pollo guisado. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, post comments below to see how your pollo guisado turns out, whether if you like it or not. And also, please, if you want, post pictures to see your, I want to see how your pollo guisado turns out. So I'm going to be posting the ingredients below. All right, see you next time. Have a good one. Love you guys. Bye.